Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show's Waterfront Wednesdays. Today we're going to talk about this song, which was a bit of a trek for me to hunt down way back in the day, but I managed to get a copy. It's the Giveaway EP by the Hard-Ons. This here is the much sought after Giveaway EP by the Hard-Ons, released by Waterfront Records, and it was released at two shows where they were giving it away, one in Melbourne and one in Sydney. It even says it there on the label. It says, this record was given away at two shows to celebrate our 5th birthday, Melbourne 28th of July 1989 and Sydney 4th of August 1989. You can read that right there. Very, very cool. And here is the label on the other side. Now, this record, it wasn't easy for me to find. In fact, I didn't even know it existed because I grew up in Adelaide. I love this cover artwork by Ray. It's so, so funny and so, so cool. And on the back, we have the songs. I have to cover up one part of it because of the image that's on there. It's not nice for YouTube, so it's covered up there. But as you can see, they do a cover of Sick of Being Sick by The Damned. And then they've got the song Graham, and then the song Fuck Off Cunt Features, which have been playing, in the last couple of years back in their set with Tim Rogers singing. So that's pretty interesting. I like on the back how it's got this warning. Look at that warning. Tabooly. It's so funny. And it numbered 193 of 1,000. So I guess 500 copies were given away at each show. The inner sleeve itself has a bunch of stuff written here, and I don't think I can show it for some reason. Yeah, I can't. I can't actually show you what's on the inside. Hang on, let me see if I can do it this way. So YouTube wouldn't be happy if I posted this uncensored. So there it is. That's the inner sleeve. But what happened was that my brother used to do tape trading with a guy. I think it was Dave Destruction. You remember Dave Destruction? And he got me, he got this list in the mail of all the stuff, and he was tape trading stuff, and he had some spare, they'd go by minutes. So, you'd get a show and it was 40 minutes and you got 5 minutes on the end. You can chuck something else on. So you'd go through the list. Anyway, he found out about this Hard-Ons giveaway EP and I said, what's that? Can you grab that for me? And so he got a copy of this Hard-Ons giveaway EP and I listened to it, and that's where I first heard it. The quality was terrible. It was absolutely awful. It was mainly tape hiss more than song. I'm like, I need to find this record. So I remember coming to Melbourne with my mate Arthur, and we went to see a show at the Great Britain. And it was a punk show, and there was Velvet Hammer, Bored. Who was the other band that was playing? It was one other band. I can't remember who it was. There were 3 bands on the bill. And we went to that show at the Great Britain, and it was an awesome show because we'd never heard Velvet Hammer, but I knew who Bored were because I was already into Bored. So that's why we went. But Velvet Hammer I'd never heard before, and they blew me away, and I became a fan just like that. Anyway, so we were sitting at the back, towards the end of the show, and we're just hanging out with randoms. And I met this girl named Nib, and she was like a legend, absolutely awesome. And her and her boyfriend invited us back to their house after the show. We didn't have anything to do. So we went back to their house after the show, and we just started talking about punk rock and punk singles and stuff like that. And I remember him bringing out this box of killer singles, and we was going through all this stuff. He had the most amazing punk rock collection. I can't remember his name, but his collection of records was just amazing. All original pressing punk stuff. You know what I mean? This one box alone, I remember had 10, 15 G.G. Allen singles in there. And I remember the one that stood out to me was a song, was it I'm a Gypsy Motherfucker or something? He's lying in a bathtub shooting up, with gloves covering his dick or something. It was a crazy record. But I remember, he just had all these incredible punk singles, Antipasti and all this sort of stuff. All original stuff. Anyway, so we were hanging out for hours and hours and hours till the sun came up. We were just talking about punk music. They were playing us punk records and whatever. And Nib and this guy, what was his name? God damn it. I've forgotten his name. I remember he was Polish because Arthur's Polish. When we found out that her boyfriend was Polish, he walked in, and I remember Arthur said, hey man, how's it going, in Polish? And that was interesting. But it was a really cool night, just hanging out with 2 randoms we'd never met before. And I did stay in touch with Nib for a while, and I've since lost lost contact with her. Apparently she just, her and her partner at the time were going to move out and just drive around Australia. And then I saw them walking down Rundle Mall once. And then, this is the days before email and all that sort of shit. So we couldn't really stay in touch like you could these days. But yeah, champion people. Anyway, I remember going back to Melbourne another time to see Red Cross play. And I went to visit Nib and her partner. And when we went round there, he said to me, he goes, that Hard-Ons giveaway EP that you want is at Dixon's at Blackburn. And I was like, I don't know where that is. And he goes, yeah, it's like $10. So we jumped in the car and we drove out there, and there it was. And I fucking bought it. And so that's how I own the giveaway EP. So thank you so much to Nib. And oh my God, I can't remember his name. It's on the tip of my tongue and I just fucking can't remember it. But anyway, thank you both for taking me out there on that day to get this EP, because for a diehard Hard-Ons fan, it was a big thrill. So anyway, the songs themselves, Sick of Being Sick, killer version of the damn tune, absolutely killer. Love that song anyway, and to hear the Hard-Ons doing it, they just do it justice. I mean, the Hard-Ons are not going to fuck up a damn song, are they? It's one of their favourite bands, and they just kill it. Graham is hilarious because the lyrics are like, Graham's got a keyboard set and he hasn't learnt to use it yet or something like that. And it's got a keyboard solo in there, which is pretty fucking hilarious to listen to. And then Fuck Off Cunt Features is like just super fast and lasts like 40 seconds or something like that. But yeah, brilliant. I was so stoked to finally have this record. And yeah, it's just such a killer record. So when they did the singles release, you remember they did that CD in the Decade of Rock box set, and it had the singles and B-sides and everything. They didn't include Fuck Off Cunt Features. I don't know why that was, but it was left off. So the only way that you could actually get it is on this record. But then they did those double CD reissue things on Citadel where they released everything, and it's on there. Damp 111. There it is, right there by the Hard-Ons, the giveaway EP. Absolute classic record. Stoked to have it. And yeah, it's the Hard-Ons, man. My favourite Australian band of all time. Another fine Waterfront release. So there we go, my friends. Thank you so much for joining in once again for another episode of Waterfront Wednesdays. I'm sorry there wasn't an episode last week. I was still a little bit sick and I just didn't have the energy. I just wanted to make sure that we got one this week so that we could talk about this. So I'm still not 100%, but it doesn't matter. It's all rock and roll. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, look after each other, and go buy some records.